Hi, we're on lesson 85, and this is order of operations with signed numbers and functions part 2. So we've been doing problems like this before, but we've been just having whole numbers. Now we have what's called signed numbers, and signed numbers are really just your positive and negative numbers. So don't freak out, just take it one step at a time, one section at a time. So for this problem right here, we're just going to multiply and divide from left to right. We're just going to take it one step at a time. So there's really nothing to do right here, so we're going to go right to this part right here. So what is negative 2 times negative 2? Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. Remember, you just multiply like normal, and then when the signs are the same, the answer is positive. We'll go ahead and just put a plus right there. Then we want to go ahead and take care of this little thing right here. This is actually just a division problem, no big deal. So we're just going to divide negative 2 divided by positive 2. Negative 2 divided by positive 2 is 1. You take, since the signs are different, we are going to take it as the negative, okay? Then we just write down the rest of the problem. So you don't want to skip this step. I know a lot of you like to skip steps, and I will tell you when it's time to skip steps. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. Anyway, this is not one of those times to skip your steps. You want to take it one step at a time. You want to write down the entire problem and then solve it. Remember that when we get to this point right here, you're going to have, you want to have all plus signs. Don't get confused when I say plus signs and your negative numbers. This is your operation. We have negative 2 plus a positive 4 minus a negative 1. So remember, we do not want any minus signs, so we want to change those. When we change those, we want to change the next number to its opposite. Let me go ahead and just change that back to its original form so that you can see that with a different color marker. Okay, so this was originally this problem right here, and I'm going to use a red marker just to show the changes so you know that that was there. Remember, we can't have any minus signs when we want to change those to plus signs. When we want to change the next number to its opposite. It happens to be a negative 1. The opposite would be a positive 1. Then we just solve it like normal. You know me, I like to combine like signs. So we have a positive 4 and a positive 1. Those are alike, and then we just add them. Positive 4 plus a positive 1 is a positive 5. And then we have, bring down the rest of the problem, negative 2 plus a positive 5. Notice that your signs are different. When they're different, we subtract. The difference of these two numbers is 3. We take the sign of the larger number, it's positive. So positive 3 is your answer for all of this up here. Going back to example 1 and starting at the very beginning, I want to just have you take a look at it a little bit differently. And it says to mentally separate an expression into its terms can make an expression easier to simplify. Well, when you look at that, we kind of remember the last thing I said was these are the operations. Your 4 operations are add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And so when we separate these terms out, if we kind of put a dash right there and a dash right there, or a slash, we look at this as this is a negative 2, then this whole thing is a term, and then this whole thing is a term. And it still comes out to be the same answer. But, you know, just back to negative 2 plus a positive 4 minus a negative 1. Got to change those. And then we can also work from left to right if you wanted to. Negative 2 plus a positive 4 is a positive 2. Positive 2 plus 1 is 3. And that's what we came up with originally, positive 3. So this is just another way to mentally separate your problem into terms. Here is example 2. And example 2 is a little bit more challenging. As you see, you have a lot more numbers. The math is not very hard, but again, in order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally in doing your parentheses first, then your exponents, multiplication in order from left to right, and then addition in order from left to right, addition and subtraction in order from left to right. The very last thing that I did on example 1 is I kind of separated things into terms. And so we're gonna do that too. We're gonna put these slashes in here. So this right here is one term. I'm gonna keep that operation sign with this term. It's kind of like it's announcing it, and so we want to keep that operation with that term, that operation with that term, and then that, it's not really an operation, but that's a negative sign and it goes with that. And then we're just going to take each term separately and just take it one step at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and do right here. And then when we have that problem, we have 2 minus 4. Again, we do not want minus signs. We want to change those minus signs to addition and the next number to its opposite. Now you could have done that in your head, but this is just a good practice to always get into so that your operations, you never have a minus sign. You're going to always change that minus sign to an addition and the next number to its opposite. All right, so here we go. So 2 plus a negative 4 is a negative 2. Signs are different, so we subtract, and you take the sign of the larger number, negative. We're going to put that into parentheses because it was originally in parentheses. And we have that 3. That 3 times, or the 3 beside that means that we multiply those two numbers together. 3 times 2 is 6. Signs are the same, so it's positive. So we've just taken care of this term right here. Now we're going to take care of this term right here. Okay, so this is just all multiplication. There's no addition on there at all. Again, I'm going to change that. This is a minus sign. So we're going to change that to addition and change the next number to its opposite. It was positive. There was really no sign there, but it was positive. So now it's a negative. So what we have here on this term right here is negative 4 times negative 2 times negative 3. We're just going to take it one step at a time. Negative 4 times negative 2 is a positive 8. We multiply like normal. Signs are the same. It's positive. Okay. Then we have a positive 8 times a negative 3. 8 times 3 is 24. Signs are different, so we have a negative sign right out in front. So this is like positive 6 plus a negative 24. Then this last part, we have a plus sign here. We don't need to change it to anything. It's already plus, so now we just do the problem. We have negative 3 times negative 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Signs are the same, so it's going to be a positive. And then there's no sign there, which means it's automatically a positive. So 2 goes into 12 6 times. So there's that 6. So here's our problem right here. We have positive 6 plus a negative 24 plus a positive 6. I'm going to go ahead and add these two 6's together. That's a positive 12. And then plus my negative 24. We subtract these because they're different signs. 12 from 24 is 12. Take the sign of the larger number, negative 12. Negative 12 is our answer. So it's amazing how this big thing right here becomes one little number down here, negative 12. But you have to take it one step at a time. There's so many chances to make mistakes. So we want to be slow and we want to show our work. Do not skip that step. Okay, you want to take your time, chunk it out, separate it out, and show your work. Okay, here we have example 3. Don't let these brackets confuse you or anything. It's just, instead of having parentheses, they're just an extra set of, it's like parentheses. It's just one step up from that. But we're going to go ahead and kind of look at that and say, all right, this is one term, this is another term, okay? So let's go ahead and take care of what's inside of here. We have this minus sign right here. This is actually a minus sign, and we're going to change that to addition because we don't like that. We're going to change that to addition and change this to its opposite. It was negative, and now it's positive. Remember, whenever you have a minus sign, you want to change it, and then we want to change the next number to its opposite. There's 2 slashes with your pencil. Then we go ahead and we solve this. We have a positive 4 times a negative 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Because the signs are different, it's going to be a negative. Let's go ahead and write down the rest of the problem. We have negative 3. Okay, we're gonna still keep those brackets there, plus the negative 20. Do not forget about that down there, though. That's very important. Okay, so here we go. Negative 3 plus negative 20 is a negative 23. Don't forget about that minus sign. You can keep brackets or change into parentheses. It doesn't matter. Now we're going to bring down this. We haven't really done anything with it. So we have to take negative 2 and we have to subtract a negative 23. Remember, we do not have minus signs. We need to change them to addition, change the next number to its opposite, and then solve the problem. You have negative 2 plus a positive 23. Notice the signs are different, so we subtract them. 2 from 23 is 21. We take the sign of the larger number, it's positive, so our answer is positive. So again, we want to take it slow. We want to show our work. We want to make sure that we don't miss any of the details. It's all in the details here. So this is a very detailed lesson. It's not a hard lesson, it's just a very detailed lesson. So we're going to move on to functions 2, part 2. That's going to be in another video.